The reason you feel like a failure, a loser, a burden is because, to be honest, you probably are one. But I'm going to teach you the most simple, effective way to turn your life around. It doesn't matter how big of a hole you've dug for yourself, it will work for you. And it's what I used to fix my life in the last 3 years. It's such a terrible feeling, isn't it? Trying to understand why you feel so sad, so depressed, have so much anxiety all the time, to the point where you can't even talk to anyone. You can't even have a normal conversation with other people because of how anxious you feel, because of how crap you feel up here about yourself. And let me guess, you've taken all this hatred you have on yourself out on the people around you. That only if you were raised by around a bunch of different people, that if you were raised in a different environment, maybe things would be different. You know, when I was in high school, I clocked in over 5,000 hours in Destiny 2, the video game. In my most important years of high school, I clocked in over 5,000 hours in one single video game. And you'd think that I enjoyed playing that game. 5,000 hours, I must have enjoyed it. Not really. For most of it, I was so miserable. And it was almost like I was chasing the new gun. Once I acquired it, I would get maybe some sort of validation that I didn't receive from the other 400 guns I collected. This new quest, once I beat it, I might finally have some sort of pride in myself that I was trying to find. Maybe one day I'll feel proud of myself. Maybe one day I'll have some sort of love in my heart for myself from playing this video game and continuing on. I couldn't even call myself a man at that point. Sitting on my table, playing for hours. I would literally, days would go by where I would wake up early just to play video games, not to study, not to go to the gym, not to hit a run, to play video games. Stay up the entire night, past midnight, hours past midnight, to continue grinding that game. Only for me to go to sleep, have 2 hours of sleep, wake up early again to continue grinding. And then no wonder I questioned myself. Such a wonder, right? Why did I think I was a loser? Real mystery. I was only able to completely flip my life around when I realized and I figured out it's all on me to change my life. Even though I would have never admitted this, I almost was thinking and acting as if someone was gonna come and save me. Some Superman, Batman was gonna sweep through my window right there and come and save me, when reality was no one's coming to save me. The answer wasn't another 1,000 hours in Destiny 2, and you know that. You know that continuing what you're doing is not the answer. Because let me ask you this, a simple question with a very simple answer. The life that you're living now, is it a result of everything you've done in the past? The life you're living now, is it a result of every single action you took in the past? Obviously, yes, right? You literally cannot deny that everything you did in the past has led you where you are today. Maybe you could have taken different actions in the past, and guess what? You would have been in a different part or in a different version of life that you're living now. It makes sense, right? So let's say you continue to grind out these video games. You continue to sit in your room and eat junk food all day. You continue to sit in your room and doom scroll all day. Where is your life gonna lead? Probably the trajectory that you're already on, right? What if, let's say, wild example, what if you took a different set of actions? You put down the video games and you went and hit the gym. You put that junk food and you started to eat a little cleaner. Maybe not the best diet, but relatively cleaner than what you're eating right now. Let's say instead of doom scrolling all day, you did something productive, some sort of career building, studying, business making, entrepreneurship. You did something productive. You would undeniably be living a different life. No? So then why don't you just do that? I'll tell you why you don't do that. It's because you don't believe you can change. That's a limiting belief that, for whatever sick, twisted reason, has been put in your brain, that you cannot change. You have to continue living the life, doing the things that you do today forever. you cannot ever change. But right now, I sound crazy, right? I sound stupid. Obviously, you can change your life. Anyone can change their life. It sounds so stupid when I say it out loud, and yet you continue to live your life like that. You sit in the background, you observe other people, people who are getting game, people who are making friends so easily, so carelessly, people who are making more money than you, have more career aspirations than you, people who are further ahead in life than you, and you envy them. And you think, why can't I be like them? Or you think to yourself maybe, why not me? Why can't I be like that? Why not me? Why don't I have all those blessings? Why not me? You feel like a loser, you feel like a burden, you feel like a failure, but you refuse to change. You refuse to do anything about it. Because guess what? You're comfortable. You kind of enjoy being a loser, a burden, being a failure, because that means you don't need to go through that uncomfortable, distressful fear of trying to improve yourself, going through all that pain and discomfort. And that's why you refuse to change. You'd rather be comfortable than uncomfortable. And where has being comfortable gotten you? Exactly where you are right now. And you hate that. You hate yourself. Being comfortable has led you to a version that you hate. So clearly, being comfortable is not the answer. You gotta be uncomfortable. You gotta chase that uncomfortable fear. That's what's gonna change your life completely. I never said this was gonna be easy. I said it was gonna be simple. Dr. Isa Ahmed, that's what he's gonna prescribe you. He's gonna prescribe you to be uncomfortable. I know it's so much easier said than done. It's so easy for a prick like me across the world trying to tell you to be uncomfortable. But I've been where you've been. I know what it means. I know the scale of what I am trying to tell you to do. I know how hard it is because I've done it myself. And I also know how lonely I felt. Sometimes I couldn't even go to sleep by how terrible and crap I felt about myself, about the human that I had turned out to be. I look at baby pics of myself and just think to myself how much I have failed this little Isa. I failed him. All those dreams, aspirations, goals that he had, they all just died to Destiny 2. And I know you're feeling the same way, bro. I know how terrible it feels, and I feel terrible that you have to go through that. I genuinely do. I wish we could have just been naturally charismatic, naturally be able to just get our way, get whatever we want whenever we want. We don't have to go through any of this pain. But here we are. We're not gonna complain, are we? Our mums raised us better than just sit here and complain. So believe when I say what I'm about to say is coming from a place of love. I hope your life gets even worse. I hope that your life gets so bad, so terrible, you hate yourself so much that the pain of change becomes lower than the pain of staying the same. I hope that you one day realize that it would be so much better that I finally change for the better instead of staying the same, because staying the same, I can't deal with that anymore. I can't do it. That's the only way I was able to change my life, was when the pain of change was just so much less, because I was so enthusiastic about changing and doing all these new things to change and improve my life, because I could no longer bear being the same. Or maybe you'll be smart. You'll take my advice and you'll change anyway, even when you don't want to. It's kind of uncomfortable. It's kind of bad. You're gonna cringe a little bit. You're gonna make some mistakes. You're gonna make some mistakes that make you want to hate yourself and wanna, but then you improve. You make a couple more mistakes, you improve even more, and then you're a completely changed man from the one you were just a couple weeks ago. The feelings of failure are not gonna go away. You gotta build that respect for yourself, that confidence in yourself that makes you love yourself. You gotta build it. You're not gonna find it. You gotta build it. And all you have to do is just do the right things. Like any human being can eat a pizza and get fat, right? Anyone can hit the gym and get shredded and get big muscles, right? Anyone can apply to 1,000 jobs and get a job that has a high paying salary, right? So it's not the things that are so out of your reach that you can't do them. It's just you being a baby about it and refusing to change for the better, because you'd rather stay the same, because that is comfortable to you. The change happens much faster than you realize. It's not super hard and it doesn't take a lot of time to do it. The hardest step is the first step. The first step you have to take, that first uncomfortable jump you do, whether that is whatever it is, that first jump is always the most difficult. So think about it like that. Once you do that first jump, it's so much easier from there because that first jump, you just have to pull your courage, you have to trust yourself, you have to have faith that this is gonna work. And then you do it, and then you'll see the light at the end of the tunnel that, wait, I can actually do this. Destroy that limiting belief that you can't do it. Because if I did it, you certainly can.